They are not telling you, we need to pray now for this, we need to pray now for that. Fellowship. I don't want to go too far. If you look at the old days, you will discover that their gatherings were quite different from ours. The gatherings were not gatherings where people necessarily gave 10 prayer points. Meanwhile, what they prayed about in those days when they gathered together were things that bordered on their assignment from God in the territory in which they've been sent to. So let's say they met a resistance. They went on evangelism, man of God, and they met a resistance. That will become the prayer point of the gathering. So there was no random prayer points. So they flogged them, they will come together, and when they gathered together, they were not preaching, let's open to Leviticus. No. What they preached about in that day was how they flogged them for the sake of Jesus. They recounted it among the brethren who gathered with them. Am I correct? So they recounted those things. And that thing was what fueled their prayers. That burden was what fueled their prayers. So let's say Apostle Paul went to Vandikia, and in Vandikia his transport fare finished. And he spent 1 week trekking from Vandikia to Makodi before he was able to find a brother who gave him transport fare. That becomes a burden for the congregation. They'll say, Lord, next time, please, help, send angels so that our transport fare will not finish. And if it finishes, let's have people positioned to help us. Now, those things were prayer points. If the gospel of Jesus was supposed to be brought to a territory, and for some reason, princes rises against that advancement, an effectual door open, but adversities are rising, then the apostles will summon for prayer effort. Number two, if they lacked utterance, for example, there was no utterance. Maybe the guy is now thinking of his house rent, and because of that, he's no longer in tune. There's no motivation to speak the word of the Lord. He will pray. And he will tell the people, say, pray that utterance be given to us. You see, the understanding of prayer, we've been robbed of the power of prayer because the understanding of prayer is missing, especially the understanding of congregational prayer. Sir, how can 1,000 of us gather and we pray and nothing happens in the territory? We should go and weep. If the effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man can produce power, how much more 10 righteous men? So we don't check that one. Then how much more 10,000 righteous men? Another measure, oh, Holy Ghost, another 1,000. 10,000 righteous men gather. What they are praying for is car. May God have mercy on us. So the gathering in church has become lotto. Shout the loudest amen and get the next winning number. It's lotto now. Not the gathering of men of stature who are coming together. Go and read the Old Testament when Prophet Samuel stood in the assembly of the prophets. When they sensed that Saul was about to send the military to come invade Ramah, their gathering became a defense strategy. Can we gather now? And because we are gathered, this building will disappear. So if an enemy is coming to see us, he will no longer find Palladium Plaza. Do you know why there is no power in a lot of things we are doing? It's because there is no knowledge. And where there's no knowledge, there cannot be effective priesthood. Because priesthood is built on knowledge. There's no assumption with priesthood. The man who is singing 2 hours, he knows what he's doing. So he's doing that thing fervently. The man who is praying 3 hours, he knows what he's doing. He's not doing it because he saw Brother A praying 3 hours. No, he knows what he's traveling into. In fact, you can be around Apostle Elvis and he's smiling with you. You don't know that he has been in prayer for 8 hours. Yet he's talking with you. Priesthood. So our gathering is supposed to be a revelation of diverse flavor of the manifestations of God, imparted anointing ourselves with measures of light and glory. So that when we gather, what we interact with are celestial things. Things that even the natural element cannot handle. These men prayed a prayer that caused even the elements of the building to be shaken. Boldness was not just impacted on them spiritually. A reason for them to be bold was shown to them physically. Because boldness can be imparted, and by manifestation you can also see a reason to be bold. If you walk to one sick person and you lay your hand and the blind eye is open, boldness has already been imparted on you. And then a reason for you to be bold next time has been given to you. Now look at them and look at us today. Hey.